Hello! Right, back here we are for some more maths and we're still looking at 2D shape. Now yesterday we were identifying and recognising 2D shapes and we either went on our shape hunt outside on our daily exercise or we looked around our house and garden for 2D shapes. And today we are going to be counting the sides and the vertices of 2D shapes. That was a strange word. We will find out what it means in a moment. First of all, I would like to show you the people who've been working hard on TT Rockstars. I looked at the TT Rockstars league table on Friday, and these are the top 5 children in the Year 2 league. Well done to all 5 children, and I'm awarding you dojo points now. Today's learning objective is counting sides and vertices on 2D shapes. Before we get started, I'd like to practice identifying 2D shapes like we did yesterday, and I'm going to do it with a game. So let's play Shifting Shapes. Okay, I've got a game here called Shifting Shapes, and I have a little spotlight which I can move around, and it's going to hover on parts of shapes. And I want you to have a really good look and see if you can work out which 2D shape it is. So here we go. I'm going to go around all the sides so you can have a really good look. Maybe counting the number of sides will give you a clue. Okay, we've had a good look at it with our spotlight. What I want you to do now is to pause the video, have a little think or a little chat with your grown-up about which 2D shape you think it is, and then come back in a moment and we'll do a check. Welcome back. Okay, did you guess? Let's have a look. It was a triangle, of course. Well done if you got it correct. Okay, ready for another one? Here we go. Now this one seems to have a lot of straight sides. I wonder which shape it could be. Pause the video now to have that chat or that think and come back in a moment for the check. Okay, do you think you have it in your head which 2D shape it is? Let's check. It is an octagon. That was a bit of a tricky one there. Difficult to count all those sides. But well done if you got it correct. Okay, let's do another one. Get my spotlight and I'm hovering it. Again, it's got some straight sides. Have a good look. Maybe counting the sides will help give you a clue. Okay, we've had a really good look at this shape now. So what I want you to do is pause the video again and have that think or that discussion about which 2D shape you think it is. And come back to check in a moment. Okay, welcome back. Did you guess? It is a square. Here's our shape map from yesterday. What I would like you to do now is just pause the video for a moment and have a good look at the shapes. Just remind yourself of the names of those shapes and how you can identify them. Pause the video now and then pop back. Our learning objective is to count the number of sides and vertices on 2D shapes. So let's make sure we understand what those words mean. You can see in the picture that the word side has an arrow beside it and the arrow is pointing to one of the sides of the square. The sides of a 2D shape are the lines, straight or curved, that make the shape. The word vertices is a little bit more tricky. Often we talk about 2D shapes having corners. They might have 3 corners or 4 corners or 5 or however many. Vertex is the proper name for a corner when we're talking about shape. Vertices means more than one. You can see that the word vertices has arrows pointing to 2 of the square's vertices. From now on, we will be using the word vertex or vertices instead of corner. Okay, now we know what the words sides and vertices mean. We can start using this new vocabulary to help us count the sides and vertices on 2D shapes. So, Tom's asking, how many sides does this square have? Now, I think it's a really good idea when you're counting the sides or vertices on a 2D shape to always make a mark to show that you've counted that particular side. Otherwise, you might get in a bit of a muddle and you might end up counting more sides than the shape actually has. So I'm going to mark mine with a pen. 1, 2, 3, 4. The shape, the square, has 4 sides. So how many vertices does it have? I'm going to change colour. And remember, vertices is a new word that we're using instead of corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. The square has 4 vertices. Now it's your turn. Tom is asking, how many sides does this triangle have? How many vertices? In a moment, I'm going to ask you to pause the video and count the number of sides and vertices on this triangle. I understand that you might not be able to mark the screen with a pen like I did, but what you could do is put your finger on the first side or vertex that you count and then count round, knowing that when you get back to your finger, you need to stop counting. Pause the video now to have a go and then come back for a check. Welcome back. I've marked the sides with a straight line and the vertices with a circle. You can see from our checkboard that the triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices. Did you count them correctly? Well done. Here's another your turn. Tom is asking, how many sides does this circle have? How many vertices? Once again, pause the video and have a go. Come back in a moment for a check. Welcome back. This one was a little bit more tricky. A circle has 1 curved side. It doesn't have any vertices because it only has 1 side, and a vertex is when 2 or more sides come together. Did you get it right? Well done. Now I'm going to introduce you to a little quiz. Now you can choose to pause the lesson now and do the quiz, or you can maybe do the quiz later. What I'm going to do now though is give you some instructions on how to get there and what it looks like. So here we go. Okay, I would like you to log into EdShed. That's where we find Spelling Shed and Maths Shed. You will notice something new, Quiz Shed. You will notice there's a button that says play and it has a red number 1 next to it. We're going to click on play and that's going to take us through to the next page. Looks quite blank. On the left hand side you will see it says assignments and underneath it says Stage 2 Spring Block 3 Properties of Shape. We're going to be doing a quiz on how to count the sides of 2D shape. And we press play and we come to the screen. Once again tells us the name of the shape quiz and we are going to start game. And you will have questions where you might have to move the answers around. So we've got our shapes on the left hand side and we have to match with the numbers of sides. That one looks right. And you press go and it tells you whether you're correct or not. There are 12 questions in this quiz. I'm going to be checking back to see how you're doing over the next few days and I'll be awarding dojo points for everybody taking part. Good luck. Have you had a go at the quiz? Brilliant. If not, maybe you could have a go later. That's fine. Now, today's activity. I've got a table on the screen here, and you can see that down the left-hand side, I've got the numbers 1 to 7. And then next to those numbers, I've got pictures of some shapes. The rest of the table is blank. You can see along the top, we have got name, number of sides, and number of vertices. Now, it's okay if you can't draw this table exactly in your books or on your paper, that's fine. You can maybe just write the number 1 and tell me the name, number of sides and number of vertices. And then do number 2, number 3, number 4. You might want to draw the shapes as well. That is fine. If you have squared paper and a ruler, maybe you could have a go at drawing the table. That would be fantastic to see. But however you wish to present this work is fine. Now, before you get started, I'm just going to show you your chili challenges. Chili 1. Name and count the sides and vertices of at least 3 of the shapes. They could be your 3 favourite shapes or the ones you find easiest to count. That is your choice. Chili 2. Complete the whole table. Do you notice any patterns? Maybe you could write them down and tell me. Chili 3. Explain your answer to the extra challenge clearly. Now that challenge will be coming up at the end of the video, so watch out for it. Here's the table again so that you can look at the shapes. In a moment, pause the video and have a go at the activities. Don't forget, I absolutely love seeing your work come through the Year 2 email address, so don't forget to show me examples of your super shape work. Now, once you've done the activity, don't forget to come back for the checkboard and also that 3 chili challenge. Welcome back. Here's the checkboard. You can pause the video now and mark your own work. Did you count all those sides and vertices correctly? Well done to you. Don't forget to send me those examples through the email address. Come back in a moment for that 3 chili challenge. Okay, it's 3 chili challenge time. Let's have a look. If I put these shapes into order from the smallest number of sides to the largest, which shape would come third? Where would a hexagon come in the list? Why? Pause the video now to have a little think and have a chat maybe to a grown-up and come up with your answers. Once you have, you can come back for a check. See you in a moment. Let's look at the answer. You can see that if you ordered the shapes from the smallest number of sides to the largest, they would be ordered triangle, quadrilateral, which is a name we give to any shape with 4 sides, the pentagon and the octagon. So the pentagon with 5 sides would be the third shape. A hexagon would come after the pentagon and before the octagon because it has 6 sides. 6 sides are more than 5 sides of the pentagon, but less than the 8 sides of the octagon. Did you get that? Well done. Don't forget, have a go at the quiz if you haven't already had a go, and I'll see you next time.